Drafting with Numot is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com and GatheringMagic.com. Explore the game.
Hello friends, it is me, Kenji, aka Numot the Nummy, back again for another edition of Drafting with Numot. Hopefully you guys enjoyed all of the origins from last week's video. We're going to bring you another one for this week, so let's jump in and see what happens. Okie dokie, draft is a go, and we opened a land for a rare. Pretty unfortunate. Cards I'm considering taking here. Suppression Bonds, which is about just, you know, like the top of the white commons. Valor and Wardens is fine. Blessed Spirits is fine. Like, this pack is pretty poor overall. I might be able to take the Wardens here and like wield a Timberpack Wolf. That is definitely a possibility, though I don't think that's super likely. I think Bonds is probably got to be the pick here. Again, a little bit unfortunate that I'm passing basically only playable white cards and then a few fringe other cards, but so it goes sometimes. I'm going to take the Bonds and see where this leads us. And it leads us to a Stalwart Aven, which is just about the best white common. It's probably tied with Suppression Bonds, honestly. Like, this card is very good. 3 mana for a 1/3 flyer is fine by itself, but you know, if you hit in with it once, then it becomes a 2/4. Yeah, it's pretty good. We're passing Bounding Krasis, Scab Goliath. Disperse is fine. I think this is probably tied, or if not the best card in the pack over these two. It's single color. It's easy to cast. Has a ton of upside. I think Stalwart Aven is great. I think it's a little bit underrated still in the format, but definitely happy to get it here. Alright, decent pack here finally. We have Thopter Engineer, Charging Griffin, Separatist Void Mage. I really want to take the Thopter Engineer here and go like the aggressive red-white deck. I think that deck is pretty sweet. But Separatist Void Mage is probably a little bit better. It's either, I mean, I don't want to take Charging Griffin here. I think Charging Griffin is just a little bit worse than Engineer and Void Mage. I think Void Mage is nice, especially in these blue-white decks. Usually you have a lot of flyers and whatnot, and just a little bit of tempo goes a long way. So I think I'm going to lean towards the Void Mage here. Hopefully that pays off. Alright, just going to jam this Cleric of the Forward Order. I always want to take this card and try to play it, but it's just not good enough. I mean, I already do have Suppression Bonds, and I could get like Claustrophobia and stuff, but... Oh wait, non-aura. Okay, never mind, I lied. Yeah, just going to take the Cleric of the Forward Order here. We know we want to be white. It's a 2-drop with minor upside. It's definitely better than Scrapskin Drake. Happy to take that. And now I have a choice between Pharika's Disciple or like Water Courser and maybe Read the Bones. I think Pharika's Disciple is better enough than Water Courser, even though I have Separatist Void Mage, that it's worth taking here and staying open. This is one of the top green commons. Then you have cards like, I guess, Rock Smallers, which is up there as well, but stay open. It's early in the pack. No reason to get super greedy. This pack, however, is quite bad. Hitchcloth Recluse is fine, but not amazing. I'd honestly rather take a chance on Fairy Miscreant. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think this card is good, and even if you have like 3 or 4 of them, it's still like borderline. You do want to pick up equipment or other ways to pump them, but it has decent upside, and I'm not losing out on anything too big here. I think I'm going to go with the Miscreant. Another kind of poor pack. I passed a Rabid Bloodsucker in the last pack, and there's another one here, but that card is just okay. There's a Calculated Dismissal, there's a Mighty Leap, both fine as well. Probably going to go with the Calculated Dismissal. It's fine, nothing else. Ooh, that's a good pickup. Turn to Frog or Charging Griffin, and even a Scrapskin Drake. All good pickups. I like Turn to Frog quite a bit. It's a nice removal spell, honestly. And even though Charging Griffin and Scrapskin Drake would be good, I think I like the removal spell a little bit more. Alright, well, there's a Veteran's Sidearm. I'm going to go ahead and take that over Read the Bones. Again, if I go the Miscreant route, you definitely want you definitely want equipment spell. And even though this equipment is like bare bottom of what you want in equipment, it's cheap, and in a flyer deck like this, it's going to be fine. All right, we'll take Auramancer. We already have the Suppression Bonds, and we can pick up some other things potentially. Move this Disciple to sideboard. Heavy infantry's fine, not amazing, but if it's your only top end, I don't mind. I don't think we wheeled that Charging Griffin. I don't remember what pick it was exactly, but I don't think it's coming back around. I mean, this is a fine first pack. It didn't go very well. Miscreants, whatever, we're probably cutting it. Our white is just okay. We have some nice cards, but kind of fillery. And we're not necessarily blue by any means. It's just the route I've opted to go so far. So we'll see what we open in the next pack. Hopefully we can solidify ourselves. Enlightened Ascetic is like fringe, main deckable. Generally, you just want to bring in it from the sideboard. Let's see what we can get here. Another Sheevan Reef? Boo. Boo you. Alright, cards I can take here. We have a lot of nice green cards in this pack, which I'm probably going to end up taking one of them. We have Bounding Krasis, Citadel Castellan, Scab Goliath, Grasp of the Hieromancer, Timberpack Wolf, Rock Smaller, Reef Soul. Don't get me wrong, I could easily take Scab Goliath here and stay blue, but I think Citadel Castellan is good enough that I want to take that right now and stay open to green. I already have a Pharika's Disciple anyways, so we'll take a hedge pick, see if we get past. And we got past one of the best green uncommons, if not the best green uncommon, in Somberwald Alpha, so happy I took the Citadel there. Passing a Charging Griffin, Fiery Impulse, Hellhound, Sergeant, Wait, Wild Instincts. I actually didn't notice the Wild Instincts was here, but I think Alpha is just a little bit better than Instincts. Alright, another decent pack, although not necessarily for us. I'm going to go ahead and take the Cleric of the forward order number 2. I think Graveblade Marauder is very good. This card is fine. Good. Shambling Ghoul is good, but happy to take another 2-drop here. We're just looking for some combat tricks and whatnot. Like, I would love to take a Might of the Masses, but there's a Topan Freeblade, which is premium 2-drop in white as far as commons go. I mean, you have like Consul's Lieutenant, which is a little bit better for sure, but Topan Freeblade's very good. We're also passing a Foundry of the Consuls, which is a nice one, but happy to take a Topan Freeblade for sure. That's a Sigiled Starfish. I would love to take that if I were still in blue, but I think Mighty Leap is going to be the pick here over Vastwood Gorger. Yeah, I mean, Starfish is easily the best card in the pack, but this is definitely a deck that wants combat tricks. I think Rogue's Passage here is actually a really good pickup. I already have a heavy infantry. I don't want to go too heavy on the heavy infantries. Ha ha ha. And Bonded Construct is not that good. That being said, man, Reeve Soul and Cruel Revival both in the pack, but a little bit too late for any black. Anointer of Champions are real good. Happy to get this. This is one of the better white cards you can pick up. It makes all of your 2/2s, which you get plenty of in white, a little bit more sturdy, I guess. You can push them through. Passing a Deadbridge Shaman and some blue cards, but yeah, Anointer's great. I'm gonna take a Grasp of the Hieromancer here. I always like having at least like one of these in my base white decks. It just does a ton of work, and I do have an Auramancer to get it back. Vial is fine. Aven Battle Priest is pseudo-playable, but Grasp is definitely good. Helps push through. Some more Construct Infantry type stuff. I think I'd still rather take like Grasp of the Hieromancer here. Just Bonded Constructs is just bleh. And again, Heavy Infantry is whatever. You can pick them up at any old time. I'm honestly still open to any other color but white. I think we'll have to keep our options open. I only have 3 green cards here, and I have some fine blue cards in the sideboard, so could still just be open to white anything. That Blazing Hellhound has gone way too far. Alright, I'm just going to hate on that because I don't think I'm playing the Guardian Automaton. Shambling Ghoul also came back around. It's possible I could have been black-white. Shambling Ghoul is, I think, very underrated. I mean, if I get back like one of those Reeve Souls somehow. That'd be kind of absurd. Dark Dabblings, also fine. Okay, so we'll stay open. Well, right now we're white X, that's all we know. But overall, I think this this draft deck is looking really, really good. White is generally hard to pick up because there are a lot of good cards in white, both common and uncommon, and so a lot of people tend to jump on the white train. But I mean, I've got 15 playables going into pack 3, most of them white, so I think we're in a good spot. Ding ding ding, we have a winner. We opened one of the better white cards to open. Kytheon's Irregulars. 4-3 for 4, already decent. Renown 1, great. 2 white, tap a creature? Yes, please. This card can single-handedly win the game for you. Decent pack for us overall. I mean, we also have Suppression Bond and Celestial Flare that we could take, but happy to take the Kytheon's Irregulars here. Hopefully we can get some more stuff. Ooh, so really nice pack for us again. Gaea's Revenge, Swift Reckoning, another Cleric, and then secondary we have like Orchard Spirit and Tactician. Man, I almost really want to just take this Swift Reckoning, but it's kind of hard to pass up on a Gaea's Revenge. Card can do some major work. Definite bomb. And I don't have too much top end right now, so that seems like a fine pickup. Plus, like, oh man, with Rogue's Passage? Oh man. Oh wait, actually, I lied, that doesn't work. Can't be the target of non-green spells or abilities from not... Okay, never mind. So you can't actually Rogue's Passage a Gaea's Revenge. But it's still huge. It's still hasty. And if they're not playing green, they're going to have a hard time doing anything to it. Alright, another excellent pack here for us. We have Knightly Valor, Leaf Gilder, some combat tricks, and another Tactician. Happily going to take a Knightly Valor here, but man, Gilder would be sweet. Knight of the Masses would be fine. Even Sword of the Animist would be decent. But very, very happy to get this Knightly Valor here. And another good pickup in Conclave Naturalists. Very worse, they're 5 mana 4/4. It's a May ability, so you don't have to kill your own thing if you're the only one with an artifact or enchantment. And then when you do kill something of your opponent's, man, it is just so good. Passing a Griffin and a Wolf, but it's a good pickup. Alright, here I think I'm going to take the Flyer this time. I've passed quite a few Charging Griffins, and I would like to pick up at least one. I know Empath is fine. I'm not amazed by it. And Tactics is also fine in the green-white decks, but Griffin does some work. Alright. Ooh, wow, that's a late Throwing Knife. Very happy to pick that up. I think Throwing Knife is premium equipment in this format, and in a deck like this where I have a lot of cheap creatures, it just does so much work. That's a great one. Another... Could have a lot of Fairy Miscreants by the end of this, but don't think that's the route we want to go. That being said, I don't think any of these cards are very good. I only have... Oh, I guess I picked up 2 more enchantments. In fact, I have the Knightly Valor too, so I guess Auramancer has decent synergy, even though I already have one. Okay, that's not a bad pickup. Aerial Volley for the sideboard's definitely nice. Don't need another Veteran Sidearm. I'll just, whatever, hate on a Titan Strength. Ah, got one of the Clerics back. Great. Yeah, looks like black was open in this draft as well, or maybe just underrated, but I'm happy with the direction that we went. Oh, Tactician's good for me too. So ooh, and the Charging Griffin. Yes, everything's coming back. I love it. I love it. So I can probably end up cutting this heavy infantry. We don't need that anymore. I probably want to cut a 4. Tactician is definitely the worst of the 4s. And oh, that's 23 right there. Granted, I don't really know if I want to run the Sidearm now that I picked up the Throwing Knife, but I think it's okay too. We still have 16 creatures in the deck. So, I think that's fine. The double Grasp of the Hieromancer might be a little bit too much, but I do have the double Auramancer to go along with it. So yeah, I think this deck ended up pretty well as far as green-white's concerned. I don't have any of the Wild Instincts, which would have been nice, but I only think I passed one of them, and I still have decent removal otherwise. So overall, I think this ended up pretty well. The thing is, we knew we were just going to be white going into, what, pack 2 or 3. We just didn't know what our second color was going to be, and we got some nice green ones to go along. Like, I could have definitely been white-red, white-black, white-blue. Any other combination of white was fine. But this is good. Since we're so heavy white, the Irregulars are going to have a field day with their tap ability. I could run 18 land in this deck. I think I still run Rogue's Passage here. It's probably going to be 10-6-1 in favor of white, although I could go 9-7-1 as well. Because I don't need green until turn 3 at the very earliest, and I don't need double green until way late. So if I put Rogue's Passage in, it's, again, 10-6-1 or 9-7-1. The thing is, we can function without green, we can't function without white. I'm going to add 10 planes here and play it safe. I think this looks good. Haven't drafted too many green-white decks in this format yet, but this looks like a decent one. Let's ship this, and we will see you guys back for round 1. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for watching Drafting with Numot. If you haven't already subscribed to Gathering Magic, you can do so to receive news of upcoming videos and discover new content. You can also check out our playlist that contains every episode of Drafting with Numot. And don't forget, you can easily watch the next video by clicking on the annotation on screen or a direct link in the video's description box. And as always, thanks for watching.